be sharing my bibliography and my cell city. Part 1. Good morning, class. Today I will be comparing both Los Angeles to a cell city. According to the governor today, we have to explain how our city, Los Angeles, can be compared to a cell city. How are they compared, you must ask? Why are they compared, you must ask? One way they are compared is by our very own mayor of our city, Eric Garcetti. He beholds the role of the nucleus. He tells his lawmakers and workers what to do. The nucleus tells organelles what to do. And the nucleus holds most of our DNA, called the nuclear DNA. Next, we will have the endoplasmic reticulum, which makes our transportation system made out of membrane tubes. Then we have our construction workers that build buildings every day. Biologically, we call it our ribosomes because ribosomes begins in the nucleus of a cell, from which RNA, ribonic acid, a protein, is released into the cytoplasm of the cell. It basically holds the cell city in place and takes care of organelles. We also have the mitochondria, which works as the voltage of the cell. It stores energy. Finally, we have the cell membrane, works as the city limit and or the border of city or cell. Sometimes we might even call it our police officers. Next, Los Angeles pros and cons. Los Angeles' first pro is Los Angeles is known and loved for being a number of cultures, where each is embraced as part of the larger LA community. From design, art, music, and food, and so much more, we have access to familiarizing ourselves with a large number of cultures from around the world. You won't have to travel too far to open your eyes to new places, people, and experiences. A con: LA is expensive. A lot of people live here, and want to live there. Housing prices are high across all desirable neighborhoods, and until now we have only continued to rise more than 43% of the average home cost due to rise in population and high demand of houses. This cannot contribute to the reason that here is pros and cons about prokaryotis. One pro can be that oxygen atmosphere. Bacteria created the atmosphere's oxygen levels beginning around 2.5 billion years ago. Another pro can be waste breakdown. The smallest life on Earth has the largest role, breaking down and recycling all the waste. One con is, according to basicbiology.net states, the size of a prokaryotic cell is restricted by its metabolism. Because prokaryotic cells lack organelles, their cellular processes aren't as efficient as eukaryotic cells, which is why they are unable to grow as large. Part 3. There are many similarities between a cell structure and a city, as I explained in the beginning of my report. Number 1, we have the nucleus, the city hall, or the mayor. They are both the controlling forces in the cell/city. Then we have the cell membrane, which is police officers or city limit. They both control what goes in and out of the cell. Then we have our endoplasmic reticulum, or sometimes called RER, which is highways. It sends proteins to the membrane tubules. Then we have the mitochondria, the powerhouse, as we call it. The mitochondria carries energy that is given by foods and proteins. Next, we have part 4. One of the questions was, how does a cell city absorb energy? Well, the cell city already absorbs the power of the sunlight by the mitochondria. It already absorbs energy also from the chlorophyll. Again, another question was, how does the cell wall and the mitochondria, how do cell cities use energy out of raw materials and usable materials? Well, again, the cell wall and the mitochondria would absorb all the usable energy out of the raw materials, and the cell wall would get rid of the extra raw materials. Part 5, finally, the cell city structure would be the best for California because it will teach us how to reuse, recycle, and dispose bad and good things of our environment. Thank you, class. I hope you guys liked my presentation, and see you next time. Bye!